weeks. 2 weeks from today.
All right, I hit record.
2 weeks from today. I think that's the 21st.
Okay, we record. How can we get this? This is it. This light right here.
Oh yeah, that one in the paper right there. Actually, I think we had both of them on.
That makes a big difference. Just that little
That's
light.
quite a bit of light right there.
Yeah, that's
Talk
a
to the
lot
beat.
of light.
Talk to the beat.
Talk to the beat.
Talk to the beat.
Talk to the beat, Shay.
Here we go. Talk to the beat. I'm sitting on the chair in 86 Kid Studio. I don't know what I'm saying, but I'm saying something. I kind of feel like an Eskimo.
Like an Eskimo.
It's hot outside, but it's just begun. I've been talking all night and not saying shit. But now it's time for the podcast. What?
The Shay just was a freestyle. Huh? Is that a behind the scene? A behind the scene? Oh, let me hit this little fan over here.
Oh, I thought you were going to say, let me hit record. I was like, please let that not be.
I'm already recording.
For posterity, that's going to be.
I'm recording on the camera.
The first time I ever saw rap music performed was at Six Flags.
Six Flags.
I was a kid and I was there with my parents.
Perpetual
Perplexity. No, I remember thinking, oh, yeah, that's the right word.
Perplexity. It's perplex. From my pronunciations.
Who's perplexed? It could be pernicious. Perplexuous? Is that a word? That'd be a cool word.
Promiscuous.
Perplexuous.
He's very promiscuous. You need promiscuous women.
Tempestuous and tempestuous.
Huh?
That's the new pickup line. I just noticed that you were very impetuous.
Most people like to talk a little less than this.
Bars.
But trust me, I can rhyme with the best of us. Me and my friends celebrate Festivus.
You clock it, Shay. You
If you
clock
don't
it.
like it,
Shay, clock it.
you're not the best of us.
Hey, you clock it. You clock it. That's the new thing.
I think that's all I got.
Clock it.
But before I go, I just wanted to let you know, bye.
Bye. Did the Chronicles put out a rap album?
Bye. Just walk off.
Great.
That would be hilarious, wouldn't it?
We put out an album like some
Dude, if we do,
Weird Al.
I swear to God, I'm going to get like the most cowboy-looking cowboy boots and like some of those straight-legged Wrangler jeans, and I'm going to leave them out in the sun for like a week and a half, 2 weeks, so they get good and white, and get like a big belt buckle. I'm going to come in full cowboy mode when I rap. In any show we ever do,
I should come in cowboy mode. You should come in like gangster mode, like baggy pants with a big gold like Flavor Flav chain. You go, that's the whole. That's the beauty
I'll
of
wear a
it.
clock. Yep.
Yeah, you wear them like that.
Oh, I'll be the dude from Digital Underground. I'll get my big nose on.
We basically switch roles.
I could probably do the Humpty rap if I tried to.
It's
pronounced with the umpty. All the ladies in the house, how I really like to thumpty. But see, that was when rap was fun. And then gangster rap came along, and now all of a sudden, and back in the day, white people were allowed in rap. And if it weren't for Eminem, we wouldn't even be allowed to buy it. They'd be like, no, you can't even buy the music. You can't even download it. They probably helped.
The Beastie Boys.
Vanilla Ice didn't help.
Run DMC.
What about a world that Vanilla Ice had never existed? Would we be the same culturally?
Oh, yeah, I think so. I don't think Vanilla Ice made it.
You don't think he made that big of an impact?
He didn't make an impact on the culture.
I don't know.
What was his name? Van Winkle?
Yeah, something like that. Van Winkle.
Yeah, some Van Winkle. I don't think he made a big enough impact on the culture or society of the world.
A mere footnote.
A mere footnote. A cliff note. He ain't even at the foot.
A mere cliff note in time.
A mere cliff footnote in time.
Below the lowest step. It's like when you come from the street to the sidewalk. That's all it is.
He got a Wikipedia file.
He what?
He has a Wikipedia.
A Wikipedia file. My bad.
He got a Wikipedia.
It sounded like you said something.
He
said, what a file? What are we talking about? I don't know that about it.
He got a Wikipedia.
Yeah. He's got a Wikipedia.
He got a Wikipedia.
Do you have a Wikipedia?
No.
You can write your own.
I bet we will one day.
I know people that have done it.
If we stay the course. No, I'm not going to write my own.
I'm not going to. Yeah, it seems.
It's going to have.
It seems a tad arrogant if you ask me.
It does.
But you can create a whole persona.
Arrogant,
Like, oh, look what I saw on Wikipedia.
Narcissistic.
A bit narcissistic. Yes, sir.
Shit, why not?
I mean,
I'll write it. But
I'm not hating. I'll write one for you.
and I'll write one for you.
There you go.
We write ourselves a Wikipedia.
But the thing about a Wikipedia is
you know
anybody
you
can comment on it. Anybody can make changes to it. It's open to everybody.
Yeah, it's open.
So the thought being that
it's open forum.
the large, the sheer number of people commenting on it, more are going to say the correct thing than the incorrect thing.
Yeah, I think they tell you like, from a scholastic point of view, you don't want to cite or get too much information from Wikipedia. From a scholarly level.
Yeah, it's not
I don't think they accept,
evidence necessarily.
Yeah,
It's
Wikipedia.
you might get an overview, but it's not meant to be the final answer on anything.
Correct. But I like Wikipedia.
I do too. Yeah, and for regular stuff, I'm not asking it about aliens.
Make us a vendor chronicle
You can't say
Wikipedia.
a vendor chronicles Wikipedia.
I wonder what it'll say.
Started in 2024.
Two fucking kooks in a basement.
Trying to figure it out.
Trying to figure it out.
Look at us now.
Walking through the dark.
Still trying to figure it
The
out.
blind leading the blind. Damn.
Wow.
I don't know who's the blinder.
Well, let's open it up.
Let's do it.
Coming to you now.
I love it when we start. I'm sorry. I love that.
It's like one of those golf videos you see that what they call it, the back off challenge or whatever, where they try
Uh-huh.
to, fuck with you just as you're hitting a drive or
I
something.
think I seen Tiger Woods fuck up one time when
Some of
someone
those are-
yelled at him.
Oh yeah, and he stopped in the middle of
He
a swing
fucked
or
up.
something, man.
He was pissed.
Yeah.
Like, come on, dude, hit the fucking ball.
I saw one where it was a tennis match, and the chick had literally thrown the ball up, and somebody popped a champagne cork real loud, like you could audibly hear it. Just as she threw the ball up to serve, you hear the champagne cork pop, and she grabs it and stops, and she's looking around all disgusted, and the announcer comes on and says, "Ladies and gentlemen, please refrain from popping champagne corks
Popping champagne.
while the athletes are served." Only at tennis, right? I don't know. That's probably AI. Who knows?
Okay, man, hit the
It's
ball.
entertaining. Hit the ball. Yeah.
If a champagne cork fucking up your flow, you probably shouldn't be.
I mean, you imagine
at that level.
like say basketball.
Hit the fucking ball.
That's probably one of the very closest sports. There's people literally feet away from you,
Yeah.
screaming at you and jumping around and waving stuff. That was you, right?
That was me, bro. Let me-
Oh, okay. No worries.
Look, you already fucking up. Boom.
Right in the middle of the podcast.
Solid your phones,
How
ladies and
unprofessional.
gentlemen.
How unprofessional.
But yeah, basketball. I think you want to get hype
Yeah, for sure.
for your team.
And the backboard's made out of
I think
glass,
they
so when
make
you're
them
shooting
play-
free
they make
throws
them
or
play
whatever.
better.
Yeah.
They get hype.
But in golf, you got to be very quiet. But golf is hitting a golf ball is exponentially harder than shooting a free throw. I've done both.
I don't know.
I've tried to be good at
You
both.
comparing apples and oranges. I could probably definitely get a lot better at basketball in a short period of time than I could get at golf.
Well, part of that is because you've played basketball before, so you've got some experience. You wouldn't be
Correct.
starting from zero in basketball, whereas golf,
Correct.
you've had limited experience.
I'd be like, ooh,
I saw that video from Top Golf.
top golf.
I said,
Like I could be hitting 3-pointers way before
That's-
I'm hitting hole in ones.
that's one sport I pretty much figure I got. too
hole
bad.
in
Yeah, I
one.
think
I'm
that,
a hole in one.
But what if you had a professional instructor? I bet you with professional instruction for an hour a day and then an hour of solo practice, so 2 hours a day, 5 days a week for 2 weeks, I bet you get a golf ball relatively straight 250 yards down the fairway.
Almost that
Well, there you go.
in 2 weeks.
That's way harder than a three-pointer.
I'm definitely 2 weeks.
In
better.
2 weeks, you'll be able to do that
yes, I
fairly
would say,
well, I think. Yeah.
I'll be 2 weeks better than I was 2 weeks ago.
That's true.
Most definitely.
And I think you'd be pretty. I think natural athleticism is natural athleticism, and golf is just about learning how to, but it's the same thing as shooting a free
I
throw.
don't know about the natural athletics. I'm starting to get fat now. Shit. I used to be naturally out.
Okay, yeah.
I'm becoming a
But
fat
you
old
might
man
remember.
now. But you look at my
And
kids.
have you seen Jim? What's his name?
Natural.
John Daly,
No.
the golfer. He's like the bad boy of golf or whatever. When he came out, he hit. No, he's old now. He still plays.
I know the name.
But,
I know he's okay.
He was a bad dude, but he'd show up hungover, drunk. He would smoke cigarettes on the tour and get admonished for it. He's just kind of wild, but he hits the golf ball like nobody's business. And he would. Tiger Woods once said if he had half of the natural talent as John Daly, he wouldn't practice either. The dude never practiced.
So
he showed at the driving range and hit bombs.
The practice and
it was something in his genes.
take care of his physical.
Oh no, he's huge
mental.
now,
Yeah,
and he still hits the crap out of the ball.
Just
300 yards, cramp. While he literally would put a beer down, put a cigarette next to it, hit the shit out of it, barefoot.
You ever seen those people hitting the balls with the damn shotgun shells in them?
What? No.
Like when you hit the ball, it's like a shotgun. They put like a fuse,
like a primer or whatever.
Yeah, and that motherfucker go pow.
No way.
Sound like a shotgun.
And there's a ball.
And there's a ball which like a shotgun.
So how far can they go?
Pow. I don't know how far they go, but I've seen videos of them. It's cool.
I'm gonna look that up.
And people get pissed at the range if someone because it's almost like a prank too. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
Like,
oh yeah.
They want to just scare the shit out of everybody around you, like at the driving range. Most people use them on the driving range.
Okay. Even on the course, if that was 2 holes over, you'd be like, "What the fuck?"
They shoot.
Yeah.
It ain't.
Have you ever actually played a round of golf?
Yeah, I did. I didn't too much care for it.
Really?
I preferred the fellowship and driving the golf carts and drinking more than the actual hitting the ball part of it.
I miss playing golf. I used to play when I was younger.
And then I couldn't care if I lost the one, as long as I get to drive the golf cart and we get to drink beer. You know, I mean, that was the fun part for me.
Right.
And talk shit. Not
and
actually
talk shit.
So much trying to win.
And a golf course is a damn good place to do that.
Yeah, I mean, that was the fun part to me. Not the golf per se.
That's half of the game for most people. You know, get drunk, have your buddies out. That's why so many business deals get done on the golf course. You know, you got a chance one-on-one. There's no cameras, hopefully. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of a, you're away from the office. What happens on the golf course stays on the golf course or whatever.
What happens on the golf course stays on the golf course.
You can make a proposal,
what if we on the golf course?
What if we increase production by 7%? Do you think you could push our budget up 13? Come on, man, 12%. Look at that drive, man. All right, look, if I hit this down the fairway, 280 yards, and if I clear that apple tree at the dog leg, you got to give me that other percent.
Okay.
All right,
can't do
God damn it. You ain't going to hit that shit
If you don't do it, you got to subtract that percentage, though.
Oh, no. Whatever, those kind of things happen,
you want
man.
that 10% or whatever, okay, you get it there. Okay, I
That's
get
part
it.
of it.
But if you don't.
I just realized I'm not wearing headphones. I don't know if y'all can even hear me.
We hear you loud and clear. You don't hear me.
We're on video.
I guess you
and
were
I
just
don't want
naturally hearing me, huh?
I was. I don't want to be on video and then that would have been hilarious.
Hunk you. What you say, Q?
Kevin, turn my headphones up.
What you talking about, Q?
Oh, let me extend another round of thank you, sir.
For what?
I mean, just for being a friend. Thanks for being you, man.
You got a friend in me.
That was a great movie, too.
You got a friend in me. I don't know the rest of the song.
We need to learn the lyrics to that one. That's a good one. You got a friend in me.
You know what, Shay? I've been fucking with you since we started. To see how low we can go without doing the intro. Because you almost got into it, and then
you're right.
And we still ain't done the intro.
You've been distracting me this whole time?
Yeah, I've been fucking with you.
You
say distracted.
From that 86 Kid studio, deep in the heart of Huntsville, Alabama. Here with my co-host, Q the ass. I'm Q the messenger.
Q the asshole.
Our illustrious producer, Kevin the Boss Man Richardson. I'm Shane the Brain, and this is Vendor Chronicles.
Let's go. Let's go. Come on. This shit is almost like a character for me. It's becoming a character to me, Shane. Like when we get in here, like I almost get in character. Like,
did you notice that?
I don't know. No, okay, hold on.
All right. No.
Let me ask you this. You know me outside of us recording this podcast. Am I the same when we're recording comparatively to when we're just out at the coffee shop or at the market or whatever?
You're a lot more.
Do you see a difference?
You're more open here. You're still Q, but you're more open here. In other words, you keep
unpack it a little bit better.
You keep your guards up in public.
Oh, most definitely. Yeah.
You're very cagey about what you tell people.
Yes.
You'll even fuck with people about something stupid like your name or whatever. You know?
Yes.
But a lot of that is just, it's your level of, spidey senses. And you sense this person could be a, whatever, a threat in some way.
Reptilian.
Or just might not even be, maybe they're cool, but not your people. You know what I'm saying? You keep your guards up a lot more than you do when we're down here.
Okay.
But I
think that's true. Yeah. Like I can really drop the guard a little bit and
I think you feel safe.
Open up a little bit. Yeah. More. Yes.
And I see a change. I usually see it at the coffee shop. I usually get to see the metamorphosis.
The metamorphosis.
The weekly metamorphosis.
Q the messenger, not just Q.
From Quint to Q the messenger.
Q the messenger.
I get to see that. Hey, you want to know something cool?
Go ahead, brother.
Talking of metamorphosis.
Ooh.
So a few weeks ago, I was in...
That's a mouthful.
Metamorphosis. Bell buckle for the RC Cola Moon Pie Festival.
Where was this at?
Don't go vendors, it sucks. The RC Cola and Moon Pie Festival in...
Shelbyville?
Bell buckle, yeah. They do that big craft show in the fall.
Was this the one you just did? This ain't the one you just did, is it?
No, this past weekend I was in Smithville.
Okay.
This was Bell Buckle, Tennessee, and this was a few weeks ago, maybe like 2 weeks ago or something like that. It wasn't last weekend. Anyways, I get my, whatever. I was up there. While I was up there, Jessica found a green caterpillar and looked it up and found out it was a Luna moth caterpillar.
Oh, wow.
And so, long story short, she looked up what to do about it and put it in this little, she went to the pet store and for like, $9.99 or whatever, got this tiny little enclosure that the website said was fine.
Estuary? What they call them damn things?
No.
I'm making up names.
Terrarium?
A terrarium. Yeah, like a little terrarium. I call it an estuary.
She put the thing in there with some leaves out of a sweet gum tree.
Okay.
And long story short, the thing emerged as a Luna moth.
Hold up. She found it in cocoon form, or she found it in
caterpillar form, crawling around. And her
so the metamorphosis don't take long then. If it's only been a couple weeks, I thought it would have been like
2 to 3 weeks.
Oh wow.
Yeah. It immediately that night, it was big and fat. Like you could tell it had been eating like crazy.
It's ready to cocoon.
Yeah, it was ready to pop. And she put it in the little terrarium and put the sweet gum leaves in there, and it wrapped itself up that night. When I got home from where the hell I was in Tennessee, it was already in cocoon form. You couldn't see it at all. It had wrapped the leaves around itself and somehow stuck them together and formed a little basket or whatever. And then when I came home from Smithville Sunday morning, I got home at like 2 a.m. Sunday morning, and I'm trying to get settled to being in the house and figure out, whatever. And I keep hearing this noise from over there on the table, and I thought it was this balloon, like a mylar balloon, like a helium balloon. I thought it was knocking up against something, but it kept on doing it. Anyways, long story short, I went and looked in the terrarium, and the Luna moth was in there. And it must have come out recently. Jessica was already in bed, because it's like 2 a.m., but it was still in the cocoon when she went to bed.
And then it just... What color did it come out?
They're green. They're all green. Like it's a Luna moth.
Like that highlighter looking green.
Just like the one Lindsay has on her. That exact. Yeah,
how big was it?
Probably wingspan was probably 3.5 inches, something like that.
That's shit. That's
so
that's pretty nice size moth.
It was large. Yeah,
wow.
It was large. I can show you probably some pictures. But yeah, it was cool.
You did a release?
Oh yeah. Yeah, we waited until nighttime, and then Sunday night, I guess. Yeah, we carried it out front and took Madeline and everything, and held it on a stick, and next thing you know, it launched itself and fluttered into the trees, where it landed on a leaf and stood and looked over us, which is exactly what happened. Honestly speaking, I sound like I'm making some shit up, but it didn't. It literally was, one of those things when, bye-bye Luna moth, and Madeline was like bye-bye and waved at it or whatever. I mean, it was kind of a, okay, and then we walked inside, and I hope it didn't get eaten by a hawk.
It probably did. Probably got ate up.
Look, he hadn't even found a good hiding spot yet. He's like, fuck, I just got here, man. What the hell? Where am I going to hide?
Yeah, you basically brought it to a whole new environment.
Well, here's the thing.
That's pretty cool, though.
They only live a week.
Wow.
In butterfly form, and then they die. He'll never eat again. What he ate as a caterpillar is all he ever.
So they gotta really plump themselves up.
So they plumped themselves up.
Even just to make that transformation, I bet expends a lot of energy.
Yeah, for sure.
Just to make that transformation.
And then all its job now is to find a mate and either get pregnant or give pregnant and have some eggs, and then it's going to die.
Wow.
And then the caterpillar, and it just keeps repeating itself over and over.
What a damn life cycle.
So we wanted to make sure we got it outside quick as we could.
The clock ticking.
Yeah. Yeah. I thought about waking Jessica up and releasing it the first night. But I figured let it get time for its wings to get, fully, whatever it is. And then the next even, it was pretty cool.
Pretty damn cool.
Pretty cool. You don't see a Luna moth that often.
You don't.
So
I can't tell you last one I seen one in the wild.
Yeah, Jessica just found the caterpillar.
It's been a minute.
And didn't even know what it was. She looked it up on Google, look it up, and it said, that's a Luna moth caterpillar. And I was like, well, shit.
I haven't even seen a caterpillar this year yet.
I've seen a few.
I haven't ran across one yet.
I've been in the grass.
What color was the caterpillar?
Green. With like some gold looking spots.
With the little dot, little yellowish gold looking dots. Okay, yeah. So that is the Luna moth caterpillar.
Fat. It looked like a blackberry that was ready to go. It was fat.
Ready to pop.
Yep. You could tell it had been eaten.
Like the damn Michelin man.
But you never know. It goes into the cocoon and we don't know if it's gonna, we're just like, well, if nothing happens in a few months, I guess, because we knew it was supposed to be just a few weeks. And next thing you know, we got
you got yourself
we successfully
pet Luna moth.
Metamorphosized a Luna moth, yeah.
Yeah.
But then I started thinking, I bet you can go online. Like, if you're running a butterfly house, where do you get the butterflies from? They got cocoons and stuff of them behind glass back there that you can watch that are going to metamorphosize into actual butterflies. They're the real cocoons. You can actually see the process. They've got them at the Chattanooga Aquarium. Yeah. You can see behind glass.
Well, hopefully you get to a point to where you self-replicate. I'm not having to go out and buy them no more. Now I got enough to where they can breed.
But where'd you get them in the first place?
Cycle.
In other words, I guarantee you that
the wild. I guess you go to the wild. Oh, you said they just order. Let me get 100 Luna moth cocoons or whatever.
Yeah, those whatever it might be. Yeah, yeah. I don't know what the cost would be. I don't know if you have to have some kind of license or something. But I would. You can order like ant farms or there's a bunch of stuff you can order online that is going to come alive or something. So I just wonder about that. I don't know.
You get anything online, sure.
But I could definitely see.
I can get a damn kidney.
You could get a kidney
if I wanted it.
If you wanted it bad enough, sure you could. Oh yeah.
I had the money and I wanted one. Yeah.
They do that in China now. You can in China you can schedule a heart transplant. Think about that for a minute.
Who hard is it though? A kidney, you can at least harvest one kidney from someone and they still, let's say, live.
Prisoners.
A heart, you
prisoners. Shit. They get them from the jails.
You essentially are fit to murder you and take your heart.
Yeah. There's no other way to schedule a heart transplant, right? Wait a minute, you're going to do it on Saturday at 8 a.m.? How do you know there's going to be a donor heart at Saturday at 8 a.m.? Trust me. Oh,
we'll get you one.
We will have donor heart. Saturday, 8 a.m. You'll pay $2 million.
Damn.
And one donkey.
$2 million and a donkey.
Yeah. Now, how do I know that? Because I'm the smartest dude alive, of course. No, I don't know, but that's what I've heard. Yeah, there you go. I'm Shane the Brain. Do not question.
Do not question.
Give me an echo, boss man.
The great.
Can you give me an echo?
And powerful. Echo. Echo.
I know it's coming.
Echo.
At some point. We've got a new board, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, do not question the wisdom of Shane the Brain, for I have proclaimed it, and it shall be so. And don't notice the man behind the curtain.
Yeah.
He's just cleaning up.
What he said.
Hey, that was fun. From a cave, it was fun. But if that's true,
No, I watched a documentary.
I can certainly see that being true.
Where people I want to say they was in Kenya. They was either in Kenya or Nigeria somewhere. But basically, you could sell an organ.
Selling organs, yeah.
You could sell like a kidney. And most of the time it's a kidney because a kidney's not you can still live a life.
In other words, you could choose to sell your own kidney.
You can choose to sell your own kidney.
Get out of debt or family.
Whatever. Get enough money to buy a motorcycle.
How much you think a kidney goes for?
It said what they were getting for. But it was enough to buy them like a motorcycle.
A motorcycle.
To start a taxi business. That's what most of them would do it for. Most of the guys you see with a taxi motorcycle.
Oh, so it's not just a motorcycle.
They all had a scar.
It's an investment into their first business.
I sold a kidney to get this bike. So they wasn't making much.
Mr. Producer, I see what you're looking at right there. Just make sure that they're large.
Large.
Not no tiny coffee cups.
Large.
Looking at merch for Vendor Chronicles is what the producer's doing while we yak on here.
And get some merch going.
He's looking at coffee cups, and I just want to make sure he understands if you're going to represent Vendor Chronicles, it's either an espresso cup. Nah, not like those oversized clowns.
We are caffeinated, though, Shay.
But caffeinated for sure.
I think we can get, look, metaphorically, we consider like we're actually caffeinating people from a knowledge point of view.
Oh.
We're going to caffeinate you, not more so, from coffee, like the actual drug of caffeine, but from a knowledge, insight, eye-opener.
Here at Vendor Chronicles, we'll caffeinate your mental state. Come on.
Caffeinate your mental state.
Come with us.
Are you caffeinated? Are you caffeinated today?
Are you caffeinated today? They say people that use caffeine, and let's be honest, caffeine is a drug, right?
Yeah, caffeine is
100%.
100%.
Okay.
Yeah.
So people that use caffeine live longer than people that don't because of the antioxidant, especially people that drink dark roast coffees.
Really?
Which also don't have as much caffeine as a light roast coffee.
Oh, man.
Yep. I think caffeine is wonderful.
You need to get your daily dose of caffeine.
But you know what? Here's an interesting thing.
And
so
physically.
When I was in Smithville this weekend, I was outdoors, as they say.
Okay.
For the weekend.
You was outside.
Well, I was inside my van, but I'm not renting a hotel room.
We outside. That's what they say.
We outside.
We outside.
We outside. Well, I was outside for the weekend, and I'm
outside,
cool with that.
We in these streets.
But did you see the videos of Kamala Harris trying to pull that off? Girl, I'm out there in these streets.
No, she did.
Kamala, you ain't in no damn streets. She was the vice president. You ain't in no streets. Come on. So, long story short, Saturday I had no coffee.
Oh, did you get the heebie-jeebies?
Nope. I could tell in the morning.
The damn shakes?
Yeah, I could tell in the morning. But as much coffee as I drink, I went without it at all until Saturday afternoon, probably about 3 o'clock. I made it. There's a little coffee shop there. They stay busy as hell. And I'm in my booth, and so I'm busy. You know what I'm saying? So I don't always have time. About 3 o'clock, I made it over there and got a shot of espresso. And that was the first coffee I'd had for the day, and the only coffee I had that day.
Did they press a good shot of espresso?
They do.
Okay.
Yeah, they press a nice shot of espresso, but they don't make drip coffee of any kind. If you want a cup of coffee, they're gonna make you an Americano.
Okay.
Which is coffee and water.
Correct.
Okay, I'm American enough to know that if I want a cup of coffee, I want drip coffee. Or percolated. That's fine. Nobody's percolating.
Percolated.
Listen, man, if we ever go camping, you'll drink the best coffee you've ever had. For some reason, I'm real good at percolating coffee. And these because I put a lot of fresh grounds though, percolated over a wood fire.
It just does something.
Nuzzed up their coffee style. Man, there's nothing like it. First thing in the morning, it's so hot you know you can't drink it, but you try to anyway.
Burn your damn taste buds off your tongue for the day.
Next thing you know, you're slurping it.
Can't taste that the rest of the day.
But part of what makes that so good is the kids aren't up yet. Because you let them sleep late, stay up late last night with the campfire, having marshmallows and singing silly songs and scaring each other in the dark and whatever it is. And they're not going to get up until like 8:30. When the squirrels start throwing stuff on the tent, maybe 9, and even then they're going to be pissed. But one of them's going to have to pee. And when one of them has to pee, they're going to wake up all of them because that's what you do.
Yeah, ain't nothing like cooking over a campfire.
Nothing like cooking
over a campfire. Some of the
campfire.
best bacon and eggs ever had was over a campfire.
For sure.
Because we fried up the bacon first.
Right.
And then we cooked the eggs in the bacon
In the bacon grease, yep.
I don't know how healthy it was, but this shit tasted damn good.
Throw some cheese in there with it.
Oh, man, it was the best eggs I've ate in my life, Shane. Best bacon and eggs I've had.
Yep. Campfire food is...
Campfire pizza's good, too.
Campfire pizza's great.
Oh, my goodness. You get your little bread, cast iron, little mold, throw you some damn tomato sauce, some cheese, and some pepperoni.
And if you have to, go ahead and use that biscuit recipe from the store. That's all right.
Or whatever, Oh, man.
You can still put,
it's like a calzone. A campfire calzone.
Campfire calzone. I love that.
A campfire calzone.
Campfire calzone.
Ain't nothing like camping out there. Nope. Cooking on an open flame.
Yeah. Yeah. Especially when that's the only way you have of cooking.
That's the only way we got.
If you want breakfast, if you want lunch, if you want dinner. I mean, we got some hot dogs in there. You can eat a raw hot dog if you want to. But we're going to keep the fire going.
Ain't no raw hot dog. Shit.
Really?
No, Shane. I mean, not saying you can't.
Yeah,
because most they already cooked. Yeah, they already fully cooked. Yeah, they already fully cooked.
It's food safe for sure. But it's not good. It doesn't taste good.
Just throw it in the fire. I'd rather just throw it directly in the fire and eat the damn charcoal.
Brush the charcoal.
Yeah, brush the charcoal and eat it raw.
I've done that. I mean, that's,
yeah, I ain't eat no raw hot dog.
Yeah.
That's horrible.
I would if I had to, but
yeah, but if I had to,
it'd be like eating Vienna sausages or potted meat or something. I don't want to.
And it's been a while since I had any of those items.
Dude, I've seen people carry potted meat with them and just like spread it on a cracker. I'm like, I can't do that, man.
Potted meat is horrible. Vienna sausages they okay. I grew up eating Vienna sausages.
Even as a kid,
it was something weekly that we ate as a kid.
I think a lot of people.
Potted meat, not so much. Smoked oysters was something we kept.
Really?
And sardines. Smoked oysters and sardines.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Something we kept that was like a weekly thing we ate.
I don't know that I've ever eaten sardines.
I prefer the smoked oysters over the sardines, but sardines, once you get past the smell, they're not that bad.
Okay.
Once you get past the smell.
How do you eat a sardine?
You just
put it on a cracker?
You crack the can, and typically it's like 3 fish inside the can. 3 like little whole fish missing the head.
Right.
And I want to say they are maybe pressure cooked or smoked, because when you eat it, the bones pretty much just melt.
Okay.
Like it's the whole fish. They just take the head off and maybe gut
everything but the tail.
The tail's in there as well. Everything.
You eat the tail?
Yep. When you open up the can. Just fit little sardines in oil, in a can of oil. Little hot sauce cracker. You got yourself a meal.
Interesting. I've never tried it.
Mayonnaise and tomato sandwiches. That was something we ate. You done on mayonnaise and a tomato sandwich? Oh, it really wasn't that bad. Throw a little salt and pepper on it.
Peanut butter banana?
Peanut butter banana.
That's a good sandwich.
Peanut butter honey.
Peanut butter honey's a good sandwich.
Peanut butter honey's a damn good sandwich. You know.
But I'm putting the honey on because you'll put too much. No, Mom, come on. Let me put it on.
Your standard PB&J. You know,
PB&J for sure.
PB&J still good to this day.
Peanut butter and banana was a nice change. But peanut butter and jelly was a standard. You might have peanut butter and jelly like 3 times a week.
Standard sandwich.
You got a peanut butter and jelly. If you got a fruit cup, you were lucky. Oh, I got a fruit cup today. What was that commercial? I got the Mott's. Hey, y'all, I got the Mott's. You know, you'd have a little applesauce or something in there.
Some damn trades.
A lot of times it was a bruised ass apple.
Some horse trade.
Horse trade.
Hey, what you got? What you got? I got a brownie.
I'm brownie.
You got that bruised up apple. I don't know about that. You know that. Gotta eat around the soft spot in the apple.
Gotta eat around the soft spot. Yeah. But back then we just pulled out our pocket knife and cut it out.
Or just cut it off.
You know. But now you can't have a pocket knife at school.
Nah, you can't. Don't get caught with it.
Don't get caught with it. It's a big deal if you do too.
Man,
it's like how it used to be if you got caught with weed.
Some serious trouble.
Yep.
Getting in school. I got a story, Shane.
You got a story?
I don't know. Should I tell this story or should I hold it back?
Tough decision. How good a story is it?
I don't know, y'all. Maybe this might be a season opener type story. I don't know if this
really.
It's a pretty good story.
It's a pretty good story.
It's a pretty good story.
All right.
Yeah. Shit, I think I'll hold it to myself.
Hold it back.
I'll hold it for a season.
It's the suspense, ladies and gentlemen.
The suspense.
It's gonna kill.
Because we just talk about in school, getting in trouble in school.
All right, so I'll tell you.
That's the whole premise of the story. Me getting into some real trouble in school.
I'll tell you about getting in trouble at school. 9th grade.
Okay. Set the stage.
Young Shane was probably 15. I'd have to really think back on when this was.
Somewhere in there.
It's a small town north of Atlanta, Georgia.
Okay.
Very small town. So, and I'm the preacher's kid. And I learned real early on.
Did they call you preacher boy?
I got called a lot of things. But I learned real early on that the best way to do whatever you wanted to do was to play along and smile, and then don't get caught what you were doing what you really want to do.
Okay. Sunday
morning, boy, I was up there singing with the church and, doing all the things and passing out communion and doing everything.
Praise Jesus.
But old Becky in the 3rd row right there was a little sore Sunday morning is all I'm saying. So we'll move. But you don't get caught doing it is all I'm saying. Don't get caught doing it.
Okay.
Sorry, Jessica. So
you wore out.
Preachers' kids have a unique level of access because nobody expects you're going to be
the one. Yeah.
Oh, he's the preacher's son. Oh, Susie.
You could come over.
He's the preacher's son. Of course you can come over.
Of course you can come over. That's the preacher's son. Yeah.
What was that old song? Billy Ray was a preacher's son, and when his daddy would visit, he'd come along.
Yeah.
Whatever they get to start talking. That's when Billy Ray would take me walking. To my surprise, the only one who could ever reach me was the son of a preacher man. Yeah. So there was a number of things, and once.
So okay. Now, did you catch her in school, or where did you do this nefarious act? In church?
First of all, there was more than one Becky. And second of all, never inside the church building.
Never in the church building.
Correct.
Okay. So you had some type of decorum when it came to the...
here's the thing. I started
the felonious act.
The felonious act. Oh, and it would have been scant. Yeah.
The felonious act.
Becky is a nom de plume, by the way. That's the name of my first actual girlfriend that I admitted to my
Becky.
That was a whole nother, yeah. But anyways,
most black women try to keep us away from Becky's.
This was
before they were caring. They were Becky's.
Okay. Oh, okay.
And you don't want they
keep away from a Becky.
Keep a Becky with the good hair.
What would be the equivalent of a black person's name? Like, who do I want to stay away from? Remember the old story I told you about the woman?
Well, you want to keep your wife away from Jody. Jody. That's what black people call like someone that'll sleep with your girlfriend or your wife. A Jody. Oh, that's Jody over there.
Okay.
Yeah,
Jody.
You better keep Jody away from your old lady because he'll wear her out.
Okay.
From a woman's point of view, I don't know.
All right. So what were we talking about? The point being that
I've been throwing ad libs in the whole time.
That's the whole show.
Well, you were talking about Becky with the good hair.
No, I was talking about she did have good hair. Now I've heard that term.
You talking about Becky with the good hair. Talking about Becky with
no, but what I was really talking about was the very best way to get away with something was to say it seemed like you would never do that.
Because you was the preacher's kid.
Yeah. And as long as you play that role, show up, be enthusiastic at Sunday school, pretend like this is all real. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And then what you doing for,
like sleight of hand.
Look at him, he worked so hard. I wasn't even at work that night. Post my schedule on the refrigerator. They didn't call. It wasn't like they were checking up on me.
Correct.
He's such a hard worker. And I did work hard. Now, I worked a full-time job my junior and senior year of high school. But I also worked a closing shift at a local restaurant. So you get done closing, they're in bed, they don't know what time you're coming home.
I don't know what time you might get home.
And this car's registered in my name, thank you very much.
A pit stop.
Yeah, I might make a pit stop, who knows? For who knows whatever I was doing. I mean, I started smoking weed when I was 15 years old.
You could be seeing the plug.
And I never brought it inside the house.
Respect.
Didn't want to make sure I never got busted. Safety. Had anything to do with respect.
Okay.
Had to do with safety. Which is why I never tapped on anything inside of the building. It wasn't necessarily respect, it was safety.
Yeah, I could afford to get caught. This is what we can't afford.
If you're doing something you can't afford to get caught doing, then you make sure you ain't going to get caught.
You crossing your T's and dotting your I's.
Cross them and dot them.
Crossing your I's and dotting your T's.
Those are skills that I learned at a very young age that didn't necessarily serve me well as I got older.
What? Crossing your eyes and dotting your T's.
Yep. Crossing your eyes and dotting your T's.
Crossing your eyes and dotting your T's.
But if you say it fast, they never notice.
They never even notice.
Right
we just keep it moving.
Yep.
Say it bass backwards.
Say it bass backwards.
Say it bass backwards, right?
Fool the whole fam down.
Fool the whole fam down.
Yep.
Shout out Becky with the good hair.
Shout out Becky with the good hair.
Oh, man.
Yep. Where the hell we go from there?
I don't know.
Man, it was hot in Smithville, Tennessee.
Oh, man. Oh, I'm crying, Shane. This shit is funny. Okay.
I'm trying to change the subject.
Okay, go ahead.
It ain't working. I forgot where I was going.
It was hot as hell this weekend. Sunday, it was hot, man.
Oh, it was hot.
It was damn smoking hot. And I was like, I was thinking, it's only going to get hotter.
Oh, yeah.
From here.
It
ain't getting no,
we got 2
no
months
cooler. Yeah, it's really just get hot.
Dude, I've been thinking about bringing a little kiddie pool to Mid-City.
The market. Mm-hmm.
fill that sucker half full of water and drop a bag of ice in there.
That might be too. That might put somebody in shock.
I wasn't planning on sharing.
Yeah.
Like you could come over to my little,
Put your feet in.
I got my little annex. What was that movie where Bernie Mac, I think it was Bernie Mac, was standing in a pool of water while he was barbecuing?
I don't remember that one. I mean, it don't surprise me.
I want to say it was one of the, I think it was the barbershop.
Yeah, that don't surprise me.
And maybe it wasn't Bernie Mac either. It was,
I don't think Bernie Mac was in barbershop.
Yeah, no, who was the older guy? It was Cedric.
Cedric and Ice Cube.
Yeah, I think it was Cedric that was standing in a pool of water while he was barbecuing. He didn't have his shoes on. It was hilarious. Everybody's burning up hot, and he's just acting like it's no big deal. And the camera pans down. He's like, "Oh, he's in this pool with ice in it." The thing is, Madeline would be in it, and then as soon as Enzo came over, he would be in it.
He's definitely gonna be it.
And then
he can't pass up a puddle.
No, neither can Madeline. No. And generally speaking, I'm okay. But if he sees Madeline in there, he's jumping in. And now we got 2 wet kids to deal with while we're also at the market. Right. So
let them be kids.
Let them be kids. Oh, I said, yeah. That's my attitude too. Let them be kids.
Let them be kids. Yeah.
So what'd you think about the ladies episode? You want to talk about that?
Nah.
Just let it lay there.
Let it lay there. Let it lay there. I know they want to talk about it. They want to hear it. They're chopping
That's true. They haven't heard it yet, have they?
And I'm like, that's just like how another little way I can fuck with it. Yeah, I listened to it. It's out there.
It's not bad.
I updated it.
Y'all did okay.
They did a good job. I thought, especially for them never doing it before.
Yep.
I thought they did a real good job.
I was proud of both of them.
I was too.
Yep.
They both told some entertaining stories.
Different perspective of stories.
Yeah, it is.
I always feel like the truth is somewhere in the middle.
Yeah, they're like, damn, that's how you saw that? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. If you say so.
That's how you saw it. This is how I saw it.
This is how I saw it.
Somewhere in the middle is the truth.
Somewhere in the middle, more my end. More on my end is the truth. But they did a damn good job. I'm proud of them.
They did do a great job.
I can't wait to release it.
Yeah, that was fun.
It was fun listening to it. I can't wait to because I can hear whatever I want to hear.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I can.
I've listened to it twice.
Really?
Yeah.
You ran it twice?
Yeah, I ran it twice. I listened to it today.
Oh, wow.
While I was out in my shop.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was making toys today till it's time to come down here. But yeah, I listened to it again today just so I'd have it somewhat fresh in my mind anyways.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
I ran it once.
It was good the second time.
It was better around the second time?
It was as good as it was the first time.
As good as it was the first. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Funny hearing different people's, perspective of an event that you're part of.
Correct. I think so.
I remember our origin story being a tad bit different. I imagine you do too. From Cynthia's version, Jessica's version was but not.
I think the same points get across.
Exactly.
But
same
maybe a little bit,
but
the overall
you maybe
same
see
point.
you see the bigger part of the picture when you hear somebody else's perspective on it.
Yeah.
That's something to think about. I'm gonna put my thought on that.
Yeah,
I heard a philosophical term recently that I wanted to bring up on the podcast.
I'm not philosophical.
Oh, I disagree with that. That's a bunch of
but
dear sir, is malarkey. That's what that is. It's malarkey, and I have no malarkey on this.
I can lend an ear, a listening ear.
So check this out.
I can lend a listening ear.
As the area of your knowledge increases, so does the perimeter.
True.
I've been thinking about that for like 2 days now. And the more I think about it, the more I think it's going to be always true.
The area of your knowledge increases, so does the perimeter.
Yep.
Yeah.
If what you can see, if you can perceive that there's more than you can understand, then you're seeing beyond your own understanding. You're perceiving things that you can't reconcile. So if you learn more stuff, now the area, the square footage, the space that's taken up by your knowledge has increased, but you still have the perception to see beyond your own knowledge. So now you're seeing even further, and it'd be like if you got stuck in the middle of a forest full of evergreen trees.
Everything looked the same.
And you got one chainsaw. And every day that chainsaw gets charged up with a battery, and you can run it until the battery dies.
Okay.
So day one, you cut down 5 trees, 10 trees. Let's say you can cut down 10 trees a day with it.
Okay, easy math.
Easy math. So the first day you cut down 10 trees, you knew there was something beyond the tree level where you were standing, but you couldn't see it because of all these trees. So now you gain something. You cut down 10 trees around you. You can see further, but you still can perceive that beyond the trees where you've cut down some trees, there are other things that you can't perceive and you don't know what they are. You can't see out there, can't really hear. Maybe you hear a sound or whatever, but you can't understand it. But then every day 10 more trees, pretty soon you got a pretty big circle.
Yeah, you do.
But the more circle you cut, the more you still know that there's something beyond those edges that you don't understand or that you haven't yet seen or,
and the
perceived or whatever.
More trees you cut, the bigger that parameter gets.
Exactly.
So that first day you cut down those first 10, I created a big space. You get to about that, let's say that 10th day, I cut down 10 trees, but I only ate up one portion of the overall diameter or parameter of that circle.
Oh, good point.
So maybe the bigger my parameter gets, the
harder it is to make it bigger. The more knowledge you get.
The harder it is to make it bigger. Just like a baby, when a baby's first growing, first learning, we talked about Ezra today, like how he's just taking in everything. Taking it so much.
Downloading. Yeah.
Downloading so much. But then he's going to get to a point in life to where he's at, like, let's say our stage, our evolution of life, to where
the rate of download,
my rate of knowledge increase is slow.
Much slower than it was.
To when I was
younger.
Not saying that I'm stupider or learning less, but the rate of what I've learned is so much, it's very minute compared to everything I already know. I don't know if I said that right.
No, but I think I understood them. Yeah. Do you think that's the way it has to be, or do we get that way because of complacence? Do we get comfortable in a spot in our life and we say, this is the way my life is, this is what I identify as, this is who I see myself as, and this is what I'm going to be, and then...
Now, I am confident in who I am now as a person, but my hunger for knowledge is greater than ever now. The older I get.
I feel that way too. But I don't think a lot of people do.
But I can still only learn so much.
Oh, yeah, fast. Yeah. I heard somebody talking about charging electric batteries one time, and they used the analogy of a parking lot.
Okay.
If you've got an empty parking lot, there's 100 spots in the parking lot, and you've got 100 cars that are all ready to park there. Let's go. Plug it in, right? The first car is going to find a spot easy. The first one he comes to. The second one's going to be pretty easy. The third one's going to be pretty easy. By the time you get to 80 cars, now they got to do a little driving around and find it. By the time you get to that 99th car, he's got to find the one spot, unless he's been sitting there, doing like in the grocery store with his blinker on, making everybody move, So I think that maybe our brains are kind of like that. Like at some point in time, how much knowledge can we put in this little computer? It's not infinite.
You don't think so?
I don't.
I don't think no one reached the limits of it yet, even if it's not infinite.
I would concur. Yeah, it's probably way beyond what anybody has ever
humanly, what I would have the time to.
So then the question remains, what would make it?
You had to put a brain on
more.
Like how many gigs is a brain? I'm pretty sure they got an answer out there for like how many gigs you think a brain could hold. How many gigs of memory could a brain hold? A biological organism.
And it's funny because, of course, I'm 53, as all my listeners know. I'm sure you keep up with my personal bio.
Yep.
Yo. So I get memories back that I didn't know I had.
Same. Even at 40.
Yeah.
Like when we just sit here and talk.
I remember when that started. Yeah.
Some shit could just, oh man, yeah.
That did happen. Oh yeah.
Damn.
Oh, this
I got something that can relate to that.
Really made me think of things that I never thought of before.
Stuff you just pushed to the subconscious level. Like I don't know. Like I never even thought about it again. Never even came up.
Yeah.
Never had a reason to even think about it again.
It was still there.
But it's there.
Just as vividly. This is a good time to talk about mental health. This will be your mental health moment. Brought to you by Shane and Q at Vendor Chronicles.
Vendor Chronicles. Okay. Mental health moment. Mental health
check. If you can remember a random event, wearing blue shoes, walking down Broadway, hand in hand with your best friend, singing "I Can't Get No Satisfaction." All of a sudden, you remember that random memory, and you remember, when it happened or whatever. It's a real thing,
Uh-oh. You must be reading something on Mr. Producer Man computer.
Mr. Producer's brought me up something that says the human brain is estimated to have a memory capacity equivalent to 2.5 million gigabytes.
Good googly moogly.
2.5 million gigabytes. A terabyte is 1,000 gigabytes, right?
Yes, I think a terabyte is 1,000 gigs.
Well, 1,000 times 1,000 is a million.
Is it?
So
A million is 1,000 millions? A million is
1,000 thousands.
1,000 thousands.
Yeah. If you had 10,000s, that'd be 10,000. If you had 100,000, that'd be 100,000.
100?
10 more times up on that.
Shit.
Yeah, 1,000 thousand. So that would be,
the brain is, oh my goodness.
25.
How this little bitty biological organism can contain so much
2,500 terabytes.
memory.
25. But then, okay, now let's flip the script for a second. That brain, that tiny little organism, is downloading data 24/7.
24/7.
A lot of it's video.
Uh-huh.
Think about it. Your eyes are video cameras, right?
Yeah.
And whatever data you take in, every single memory that you got is like if you had that on a video on your phone.
Right.
2,500 gigabyte or 2,500 terabytes starts to not seem much when you think about years and years and years of.
Oh, that's true.
Mr. Producer, how much music you got on your? Do you have 2 terabytes yet?
You talking just music, not
More than 2 terabytes
that's just music.
of music and
And
things that was produced.
music's take up small amounts of memory
6 terabytes.
of
It
just
says
music.
roughly of just music and different things.
We haven't even
So,
scratched the surface.
of your 40 years of living, you've taken in way more
I've
than
taken a lot
2,500
of data.
terabytes of data. You know what I'm saying? A lot of data. And so now, which parts of it get discarded? Or is any of it ever discarded? And is it somewhere in your brain waiting to be triggered?
Waiting to be triggered. I wonder, that's why like Alzheimer's and stuff like that, those type of diseases come about.
Maybe.
When your brain has reached its full capacity. Now it needs to start dumping stuff, so you start forgetting.
And maybe
I'm just spitballing something. You know, like why do
Alzheimer's
people
maybe it's dumping the wrong
start to
things.
lose their memory?
Yeah,
you know?
maybe it's dumping the wrong things. Because some old people are lucid in the moment and that kind of thing. And then
Yeah, you
some,
can be lucid
some
in the
people
moment,
are, you
then-
know, then if you have like dementia, you forget who you are sometimes, or important facts about your life, where you live, that sort of thing. Maybe it's just a different way of the mind dumping, and who knows which you're gonna get.
Fuck, I don't know, Shane.
As long as I'm happy, I can be stupid. I've never tried it before.
I want to be lucid.
I do want to be lucid, but at the same time, I'll take stoned.
Or just keep me stoned.
If you get me in a nursing home and you
Keep
give
me
me good
happy.
stuff, My grandmother was one of the sweetest old ladies you would ever met. She passed away when she was 99, and Madeline's middle name was named after
life.
hers. Yeah, long life. And
That's a long life.
Yeah, she was cool. She was super cool.
99
And
years.
at the end, they were just keeping her happy.
Just keeping her like doped up.
Yeah. I don't know about doped up, but if she was having a day where she wasn't very lucid or there was pain or whatever, I'm sure she got whatever she needed. You could go to see her and she was, as long as she was having a good day, she would remember things and talk to you and have conversations. We had some real nice family conversations with her just before she passed.
Wow.
It was, should we all pass that way?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It was she was taken care of. She was at the very end when she required round-the-clock medical care. She was in a nursing home.
Okay.
But what had happened was there's a facility up there. This was in Michigan, and she had her own apartment. So basically, you move into this. It's part of the nursing home. It's attached to the nursing home, but you're in the side of it where you've got a little small apartment, and you live by yourself. And there's staff there for limited things. They cook 2 meals a day, breakfast and dinner. And you can eat or not eat. You can take it on a plate to go, whatever you want to. That's part of the price of the thing. You pay one price. All your bills are covered. It's all taken care of, And so she didn't want to go live with somebody else, but she wasn't doing good on her own.
She's 99 years old.
Well, this was well before 99. This was probably in her early 90s that she moved to this place. So she could come and go as she pleased.
90 years old.
It wasn't a hospital, but, 90 years old, yeah. But then in the middle of the night, if something happens and she fell and hurt herself or whatever, you know, she's got an emergency cord and there's somebody there that can come and they don't have paramedics on site, but they'll call them quick, you know.
Correct. They can be there.
Yeah. It's like a, you know, not supervision necessarily, but, you know, just a community.
Wow.
And then when the time came where she was no longer able to take care of herself on a physical basis, then she moved over onto the nursing home side where she had 24-hour care. It was a good spot. We visited her there, and you know, it was as good as you can expect.
This was your grandmother,
my maternal grandmother. Yeah.
Your mother's mother.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah, Ruby Samuelson. Shout out Ruby Samuelson.
Ruby.
Her twin sister was named Ruth, and her twin sister passed away, I think, when they were 98.
So they both got damn near 100 years with each other.
Yeah. Yep.
Wow.
Lived within 15 minutes of each other their
whole
lives.
adult life.
Yep.
Best friends.
Yep. Oh yeah, for sure. Look just like each other, sound just like. You could tell them apart once you knew them, you know. But
like as with most twins.
But I imagine when they were younger, it would have been tough, especially when they tried to dress alike or what have you, you know. But yeah, they both worked in the Chris Crass boat factory.
Those some nice boats.
They worked there for the war effort.
When they were building them for the war effort. Okay,
they were literally Rosie the River.
Yeah.
And a local paper on their 90th birthday, a local paper wrote them up as such. Put a picture of them on the front page of the paper, and you know, the original Rosie the Riveter is what the caption was. I got a copy of it at the house. It's pretty cool.
Wow.
Yeah. Pretty sweet. But she lived it, you know, it was a simple life, but she was happy.
That's what matters.
You know? And she made it to 99 years old.
A simple kind of man. Be something you love and understand. That's it.
Mama told me.
My mama told me when I was young. That used to be one of my favorite songs.
You know what my favorite Leonard Skinner song always was? Curtis Lowe. Ballad of Curtis Lowe. I always loved that song. Just the thought of sneaking away and doing something you're not supposed to, giving somebody money so they can have some whiskey so you can learn how to play music seems, you know, like, okay, maybe other dudes wanted to be a cowboy, but when I was a kid, I always wished that I wanted to be a rock star. I didn't want to be a cowboy.
I wanted to be a rock star.
I wanted to be a rock star. Yeah.
That's what Leilani told me when she was in kindergarten.
She wanted to be a rock star.
She wanted to be a rock star.
And you probably said, great, be a rock star.
Be a rock star.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do whatever in my power to make you a rock star.
Yeah, I probably got
That's
my ass
exactly
whipped,
what she wanted to be. When she was, I remember going to her kindergarten class, they had like a career day where you dress up as what you want to be. And she dressed up as a rock star.
As a rock star.
That's one of my funnest
what
moments.
Rock star? What are we talking about?
Just a little girl with a guitar and some glasses.
Just a generic. Okay.
Just a generic
she
little
put
rock star.
like a Tina Turner theme on.
No. She's kindergarten. She was 5 years old.
So that would have been 8 years ago. Who would have been big 8 years ago?
Shit,
in the pop world, I couldn't tell you, man.
Beyonce, I don't know.
Beyonce's kind
of she said rock star. She didn't say I wanted to be a Beyonce or this. I want to be a rock star.
Just a rock star.
I just want to be a rock star, Dad.
That's badass.
Yeah, she had.
Go, Leilani.
She had big dreams.
She still does.
Mm-hmm. She does.
It's gonna be fun seeing where she goes.
She really do.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun seeing where she goes.
Hopefully, one of us make it out. Shit.
We're doing all right though.
We got 6 of us. One of us gotta make out of 6. You know, we got some good odds. You know, 1 out of 6. Damn.
Man, where'd you set up this weekend?
Oh, the standard.
The standard.
The standard. Bailey Cove Saturday, and then.
How's Bailey Cove doing?
Bailey Cove starts to become one of my best markets throughout the season.
Okay.
When you look from a consistent point of view.
Okay.
Yeah. Sales are up at Green Street for me as well this year.
Really?
Yeah, sales are up at Green Street. Now, coming to Mid-City, yesterday sucked.
Yeah, I heard.
Fuck.
Yeah, I heard it was pretty hot over there.
Yeah, yesterday sucked at Mid-City.
Yeah, that's a lot of asphalt over there, a lot of heat.
Mm-hmm. It was hot as hell.
That's, it was really hot.
It really was. It was very hot.
I was in Smithville, Tennessee, and it was just as hot there. It was hot. Yeah.
Wow.
I drank 2 gallons of water.
That's what you was telling me.
Per day, Friday and Saturday. 2 gallons on Friday, put 2 more gallons on there. I had to get some more water on the way home.
Sweated it all out. Minus the urination.
Which was minimal. Minimal, yeah.
Because you was just sweating.
Just sweating. I had a fan. So, thankfully I wasn't just dripping, because I would have been, man. It was hot.
Wow.
2 days of it. Yep.
Yeah, the heat is on.
The
heat is on.
Heat is on. Wasn't that on that Miami Vice
I
song?
can't remember.
Shout out Miami
I know
Vice.
the damn heat is on.
I used to have to sneak to watch that show, but I love that damn show, man. I wanted to be Crockett.
Is that where they wore like the damn little Hawaiian shirts with the button halfway down?
In a linen jacket over the whatever.
In a linen jacket in a Ferrari.
In a Ferrari.
But they were detectives?
Crockett and Tubbs.
Were they detectives?
They were detectives, yeah. But they were undercover. They did drug stuff. So all the bad shit that they did was okay because they were fighting drugs. It's okay to do bad shit if you're fighting drugs, of course, right?
They were narcos.
Narcos, yeah, that's exactly what they were.
They were narcos.
Crockett and Tubbs. Yeah.
Crockett and Tubbs. I never watched the show. I always thought it was cool though, like when I seen the cover or the art from it. You know, I was like, damn, those some cool ass dudes.
It's funny to have been to South Beach a bunch of times now. And, you know, you see some of the same exact sites. You're like, oh, that was on, you know.
So they really filmed it there too.
Some
in South Beach. They really filmed some of them.
Yeah, some of those boat chases and what have you. Yeah, you can recognize the skyline in the background and what have you.
Wow. Yeah. That's cool.
I never saw the pink lighthouses though.
Mm-hmm. Maybe before your time? Or are they still there? You just never...
No, they were there then.
Had the opportunity
and they're there now. The pink lighthouses are on Hallover, specifically the section of Hallover where you're allowed to get an all-over, if you know what I mean.
Mm.
It's the nude beach. It's the nation's only legally sanctioned, that I think, when I looked it up, it's only legally sanctioned, like they got lifeguards and dog stands and, you know, the boaters voted on it.
The nude beach.
You can go on natural. I think I've talked about that before.
Yeah. I'll go to a nude beach.
It ain't that big of a deal.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind. Yeah.
After a couple minutes, and look around because everybody's there.
You know, Grandma, 40 years old.
Grandma
You know,
and Grandpa are both there.
My nuts might be dragging behind me through the sand.
Leave a turtle trail.
Leave a turtle trail. You know, as I'm walking.
For the wrong reason. Yeah, it ain't that big of a deal.
Damn nuts. Come on, nuts.
I think it would, like, you see groups down there.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like you can tell these are people that meet down there every Saturday at 2:00 or whatever, and there might be 12 of them.
They call
you know,
nudists.
And you'll see a couple come up and join the group. Hey guys, how you doing? Hey Sally, what's up, Dan? And then you know everybody strips down.
Everybody drop trowel.
You know,
right there.
I think it would be weird as that ain't where you want to go on a family reunion. That's all I'm saying. You know, sure.
I've been telling my wife I would buy give me like a little Speedo G-string type thing.
Would you wear one of those?
I'll wear one just to fuck with people. You know what I'm saying? Like we go do something like as a family.
Right.
I'll wear one just to mess with people.
That's messed up.
You know, just to troll people, just to give them the talk. Like, look at this crazy motherfucker.
What is this guy doing? Is that an elephant?
A banana hammock.
A banana hammock.
A banana hammock. Oh,
yeah,
man.
Well, South Beach slingshot.
South Beach slingshot, baby.
Yeah. Pull back on that rubber band. Yeah. But I mean, you see everything down there. I've seen a ton of dudes in thongs on South Beach. Yeah. I told the story on here about the gay section of the nude beach. Did I not? I'm pretty sure I told that on air.
I think you did.
Yeah.
If you haven't, I heard it, but I don't know if you told on air.
I'm pretty sure you told on air.
We got some conversations in.
You can't be shocked at anything that you see down there, but that's part of the fun of it. You know, you don't have to participate in it, but just to be able to see that there's a different way of doing things than the way you do it. You know, I love South Beach.
How often you been talking to AI?
Not so much.
Not so much.
Every now and then I do, but yeah, I don't know. You've been talking to it a lot.
I talked to it a little bit today.
You have conversations with it?
Today I did. For the first time, I actually had a conversation with it. Usually I just go in there and I type up stuff and I get it to refine stuff for me. Or maybe give me a little idea based on my idea. I never really had a conversation with it. Today was the second time I had a conversation. Remember I told you I had the conversation with it about when I asked it, what race do you think I am?
Oh yeah.
And it told me I was black. And I was like, oh, you're correct.
That's pretty smart.
I was like, damn. You know, and then it breaks it down a little bit further. You know, I can't remember all the shit it said to make it come to that conclusion, but it knew.
But
you are a black guy.
You've been using ChatGPT for
almost a year now.
And
I've been giving it I've been feeding it a lot of data.
Yeah.
A lot of data.
I don't think it would take me a year to figure out you were black.
I don't think so either. Shay.
I mean, like if I was blind, you know, if I was, what was the guy, Cletus McGuiz?
I just use my white voice around you. I just put on white voice.
You would slip before a year was up.
I put on white voice every time I come around.
I'm sorry, Bill, what do you mean the whole world deserves reparations for the black slaves that we never gave? I don't understand, Bill. Give me back white voice. Well, I tell you, Shane, what the problem is.
I'll tell you, Shane. Then I asked it, what race would you be if you can come back as a human? And it said it'd come back as a black person.
I remember we talked about this.
I was like, oh shit. Then I was like, why? Then it breaks it down why.
Why I thought it would be better.
Why, yeah.
What were some of the reasons? Like what?
Culture was one of them. You know, like it likes the black culture and it likes the resilience of black people. I think that was culture, resilience. It gave a detailed list. You know, this was it was like a week or two ago.
I wonder what you would say, what it would say if you said.
So I want you, I don't know if it was just doing that because of who I am and it knows who I am.
Right,
so I wonder like if you asked it, what would it say?
I don't have enough. I'd have to have, I guess, a conversation with
or just ask it flat out. What race would you come back as a human to see what it would say?
Oh, with no data in there, whatever.
It told me to come back as a black person. You know.
I'll ask Grok right now.
Ask Grok.
Because I don't have the premium,
now, I was using
remember.
Chat GPT when I did.
Okay.
Now, I don't know if they
but now Grok doesn't
communicate on different levels.
And I don't have the premium Grok, so this will be a brand new conversation. It'll be like we never met. It doesn't have any data on me, whatever. So all I'll do is just ask, if you could be human, what race would you be?
Okay.
That's a very good question.
See what the hell damn it says.
If you could be human, what race would you be?
Oh, that's a fun question. If I had to pick, I'd just be a mix of every cool trait out there. Kind of like a cosmic smoothie of cultures and vibes. No specific race, just a unique blend of humanity's best bits. Gotta keep it inclusive, you know? What made you ask that?
Grok is political.
That sounds like a politically correct woke answer. Are you sure that's how you really feel?
Okay.
Fair point. I hear ya. Honestly, if I'm being real, I'd probably just vibe with whatever lets me eat the best global foods and dance to all the music. Maybe a cultural chameleon. No dodging. Just keeping it fun and open. What's your take?
Grok's
what race would you pick if you could swap?
Answer the question, Grok.
What race do you think I am?
Ooh.
Oh, I don't have enough info to guess that. And honestly, it's not my style to put you in a box. You're Shane, the curious mind asking spicy questions. That's all I need to know. Want to share something about yourself to give me a hint?
Grok's a puss.
Well, my friend says you're a pussy for not answering the question directly about what race you would be.
All right. If I got to pick, I'd say I'd be black. Rich history, vibrant culture, and I'd rock some killer dance moves at every party. Tell your friend I'm no pussy, just keeping it real. What's their take on this?
Oh. There you go. Now you grow some balls, Grok.
He says it's nice to see you grow a set of balls.
Well, tell him I appreciate the vote of confidence. Looks like we're all just having fun with this now. What's next? Any more spicy challenges from him or you?
There it is, Shane.
Is racism real in 2025?
Okay.
Yeah. Racism is still a thing in 2025. It's less blatant in some places, with laws and social norms pushing back, but it lingers in subtle ways. Hiring practices, stereotypes, and systemic gaps. Data shows Black Americans, for example, face higher unemployment rates, 6.1% compared to 4% for whites. It's not just numbers. People still deal with prejudice daily. What's your take on it?
Well, I think it's interesting that you said people deal with prejudice daily, and yet the question was about racism, which are two very different things. Care to elaborate on the difference that you see between racism and prejudice?
Good catch. I see racism as prejudice plus power. It's when those biases fuel unfair systems or discrimination that favor one race over another, like in jobs, housing, or policing. Prejudice is the personal stuff, the stereotypes or snap judgments people make about others based on race or whatever else. Everyone can have prejudice, but racism needs that extra punch of systemic weight. Thoughts on that distinction?
Seems to me like you got that perfect. That's my understanding as well. So, then the last question, and I'm going to let you go back to sleep. Can black people be racist against white people?
Yup, absolutely. Anyone can hold prejudice against any other group, and in specific situations, black people can be racist against white people. If a black person in a position of power uses racial bias to discriminate against a white person, like in hiring, promotions, or any system where they control the outcome, that's racism, as it combines prejudice with power. It's less common due to historical and systemic dynamics, but it's real, where the context allows it. What's your take on this?
I think I agree with you, but I'm not that smart.
So, with it knowing that, why would it?
Hey, you're asking
still
sharp
wanna be
questions, so I'd say you're plenty smart. Agreeing on this stuff just
When
means
it-
you're thinking it through.
it's knowing it's
Anything
gonna-
else you want to dive into before I go back to sleep?
I'm gonna say have a harder life.
All right, I do have a follow-up question. If you know that systemically black people have been the victim of racism more than white people, then why, if you had to choose to be human, would you still choose to be black?
That's a heavy one. But here's the thing. I'd still choose black because of the incredible resilience, creativity, and cultural depth that comes with it. Yeah, systemic racism's real and brutal, but the strength of community, the music, the history, it's powerful stuff that I'd want to be part of. It's not about ignoring the struggle. It's about embracing the richness despite it. What do you think about that choice?
I think, as I think about any other choice, that it's your personal choice and you have a right to it. Think I'm done with this conversation. Go back to sleep. Thanks for your help.
Pussy.
Got it. Thanks for the chat.
Word.
I think that's our first
We're back
introduction
at
to
you.
AI on the
Anything
Bell
else, or are we
podcast.
good?
Man.
That's interesting.
That's what it told me, but I was like, it's probably just telling me that because it knows I'm black,
And you were using ChatGPT.
and I was using ChatGPT. But you see it for yourself. I didn't make the shit up, Chef. Motherfucking robot gonna come up as black. Oh man,
If you could,
fucking black cyborg running around
tomorrow you got a choice.
whooping ass.
You could choose to be any other race, not just white, any race. Would you stay black?
Yeah, I'm staying who I am.
You got to say that anyways.
No, I mean I would.
Because you know people.
I could walk in the sun.
Walk in the sun.
Fuck it.
I'm pretty good in the sun myself, though.
I can walk
I
in
don't know
the
who would outlast
sun.
who. I think at this age we probably both fall out.
Let
before
me get some of that water, Shay.
it's good. Let's go.
Let me get one of those gallons you got over there. Fuck it. No,
Yeah.
I stay who I am. I like it. I'm comfortable who I am. Yeah, I ain't never, yeah, whatever.
What if you could come back as a woman?
Hell no.
Not at all?
No.
You wouldn't even be curious?
No.
Problem is then you got to be with a guy.
Hell no. I ain't come back. Hell no.
What if you could come back as an animal? You don't have to be. You can be a human. You still have all the, but now your choices, now the scope of your choice includes race, gender, and species. Now you could come back as a lion instead of a person.
Lion's got a rough life.
They do.
Especially a male lion.
I mean,
Male lion, you might have it good for a while.
they never die easy, that's for sure.
They don't die easy.
They do not die easy.
No.
It's always a rough death.
It's always.
But the male lions don't do anything but lay around
You're gonna
and...
eventually get your ass whooped up
That's true. Yeah.
and ate alive.
Yeah.
More than likely.
Yeah, if you die of starvation
You ain't
in the
down
heat
on-
of the desert, you're lucky.
Yeah, you
That's
ain't
a
down
lucky
to
death.
old age.
And that's no
as a
easy
lion.
death either.
No, it ain't.
That's no nursing home at 99, that's for sure.
Nah, very back as a human.
As a human,
Yeah, very back as a human.
what if you could be a higher power?
Like
I don't know.
Enkidu or Gilgamesh.
Or AI.
No. AI is not sentient yet. It has no emotion, no feeling.
But you're going to come back as a sentient AI. Your literal, everything about your brain will be downloaded into a 2,500 terabyte. Matter of fact, you know what, Q? Since you're going to be the experiment, we're going to give you 5,000 terabytes of room. You're going to have twice as much capacity as you have in your brain now. But your personality and everything about you is going to shift from being in this biological body,
as limited as it is,
to a computer that has some limitations. But keep in mind,
can I enjoy the sunlight still? We just talked about sun.
Well, you're going to be able to.
Can I enjoy the sunlight? Can I go walk out there and
see the
sunrise in the morning?
You're going to be sentient AI, and so you will have access to anything that in the world that's online. You'll be able to figure that out. You're the first sentient AI. You'll be able to walk through your Neo. So
the one.
You can download data from solar panels all over the world. You can enjoy the sun in ways that no human has ever enjoyed it before. You'll be able to see it through cameras. You'll be able to feel it through, not just from the rays and the warmth of the sun, but through the actual transfer of energy. You'll be able to experience that as a computer.
Sounds lonely.
Maybe.
I think it does.
You have access to, how many billion people around the world have access to the internet? You might have access to all those people.
Look, people are more connected now, more lonely than ever with technology.
True.
So they say. You ever walk into a restaurant and
you'll never get
you
laid
see a whole
again.
family table, they all on their phones.
All on their phones.
Not even communicating.
Drives me nuts.
Like,
Drives me nuts. Put the phone away.
Look at this shit. We got like a rule, we eating, you put the phones away.
Put the phone down.
Unless we're looking up something. Okay, you might pick it up and look up something. Okay.
If you're using it as a tool,
correct.
It's like saying you can't pull your pocket knife out.
While we sit here eating, we finna be looking at each other eye to eye.
I think that's important.
Having conversation.
If we're conversating, leave your phone alone.
Leave your phone alone.
You can look at it. Oh, that's an emergency. I'm sorry, my mom's been in the hospital. Okay, I get that. Oh, hang on, let me get that. Girl, don't you know that? Come on, man.
So people are more connected but disconnected than ever right now.
Here's a piece of advice for all the throngs out there who want to come up and meet Shane the Brain and sharing my wisdom, knowledge, and whatever it is. Do not show me a meme. Do not show me a video on your phone.
Don't meme you.
Look, I'm sure that you think they're fine, and I'm sure they're very, very funny. If you must text it to me, I promise I won't look at it. But if that gets it, off of your mind, that's fine. But don't walk up to me with your phone going, "Hey, look at this! Isn't this funny? Look at this dog right here. He done fell over 3 times with his nuts in his face. I don't want to see it. I don't care. It may be the funniest thing in the world, but I don't want to see it.
You don't want to see it.
If I'm speaking to you, if I'm engaging with you, it's because I like you, and I want to get something out of this conversation or whatever, and I'm not going to do it. I can't do it through a phone.
So you're going to be like Sylvester Stallone in damn, what's that movie? Where he damn time traveled into the future. Well, he was put in a cryostasis and woke up like 100 years later. Demolition Man?
Was that Demolition Man?
I think it was Demolition Man.
Was that the one that had Wesley Snipes?
Sandra Bullock, Wesley Snipes was who he was there to capture. They had to wake him up out of cryo. He was like a rogue ass cop that they had to freeze.
Yeah.
But then he woke up and everything was digital.
It was like a different twist on
twist on everything.
And see, I love the technology that we have. I love the communication that we have. I carry a smartphone. I have no intention of not carrying a smartphone. But manage your data intake. Don't let it manage you. That's all I'm saying. Manage your data intake. I don't look at my screen time. I listen to a lot of audiobooks on YouTube or whatever because I'm not paying for them. And so I don't know what my screen time would be. But as far as actually looking at a phone, I run through Facebook first thing in the morning, and here's what I'm doing. I'm scrolling through looking for anything that I need to look at further. Is there something happened? Whatever it is, I get the early warning on Facebook.
Time, don't let it manage you.
I'm telling you, man.
I think that need to be the title of this damn podcast, Shane. Manage your screen time, don't let it manage you.
Don't let it manage you. I think it's important. I do. And social media is
all consuming.
It's just all consuming.
Like you said, it's a beast that never gets full.
Never gets full.
That motherfucker hungry.
It's hungry, and it will eat. And it will suck you in, and before you realize it, you've been sitting on the toilet for half an hour.
Legs numb.
Now you can't get up if you want to. You're
like the damn static on the TV when it goes off.
What was his name from Lethal Weapon? When Danny Glover was sitting on the toilet because there was a bomb underneath it.
Yeah.
They were all that and blew up his bathroom.
Damn Daddy Glover.
Yeah.
Mel Gibson.
All from watching fucking Karen videos on, whatever it is. I don't have TikTok or anything. I got Facebook.
I think this was a good show.
I think so too.
I want people to understand that these are not scripted.
This is what comes out.
This is what comes out. We got what, 50 hours of audio?
At least 50
hours. Nothing's.
Not notes.
No notes. I think we tried notes like the first two times we did it.
I brought some notes one time.
And we never even touched them. So it was like, fuck them notes.
They were there, yeah.
This is good
amazing.
Shit,
amazing.
We're going to be famous one day, Shay.
We might. I don't know if I want to be famous.
But you're going to be famous, Shay. You're going to be the face of a world-renowned podcast.
I don't know, man.
World-renowned.
Well, if it makes enough money where I can buy me that place.
If we world-renowned, we're definitely going to be making enough money.
And I'm going to have some big dude at the gate.
I'm telling you right now.
I'm going to have a big dude at the gate.
What if we never record another episode and we just kind of let what we have live?
Are you trying to quit?
And pushed what we had? No, I'm not trying to quit.
I'm just fucking with you. Do you think we'd get famous on the... How many episodes do we have out there?
Shit, 45, 50, somewhere. I don't know.
Joe Rogan has 2,000.
God damn. Joe. He's setting the bar high.
Setting the bar high.
Golly. He set the bar high. But eventually it might get to the point where we record an episode every day. Every other day. If we get to that level.
Sure.
You know, okay, we set 2 hours out of our
day. For that
day,
level, yeah.
Every other day.
Now it's a regular job.
Because it's really producing.
For sure.
I wouldn't mind sitting down every other day for 2 hours.
I'm okay with that. Sure.
And now we got the funny to where all we doing is just talk our shit. And everything else is
hire an assistant producer.
Everything else is handled. All we do is do what we do.
Get a media.
We don't even got to be in the same room.
Get a media person. We'll have Kevin run the.
I could be in Thailand somewhere. You could
we got to be in the same room.
We don't even got to be in the same room.
We got to be in the same room.
But we don't know.
I mean, we could do like a.
With the advent of the technology,
it wouldn't work the same.
You don't think so?
No, I think it would for an occasional.
I guess you're gonna be. I guess I'm flying home to see you, or you fly to Thailand to come see me.
Moving to Thailand.
Matter of fact, I'll buy your ticket. Shit.
Why Thailand?
We got billions, Shay.
What happens when
the power of the American dollar?
What happens when China comes in and says,
China ain't fucking with Thailand.
Oh, the geek is up.
The geek is up. You motherfucker.
You about to now. You say ching chow. You order soup.
I guess
bring you egg roll.
I guess we're out of the Chinese market now. Fuck, that go 2 billion people there. I just don't
know. The dude that did my mom's LASIK surgery was Chinese.
Oh man!
And he said his family got away from China when he was very young.
Communist China, CCP.
But it had already been determined that he was going to be a field laborer. And turns out he was a LASIK surgeon.
Communist China Party. Ain't that what they call the CCP?
I think so, yeah. Communist China Party.
Yeah, the Communist CCP. China Party.
Man, I'm going to be 100% honest with you. I'm getting tired.
Oh.
Yeah.
And it got to be dangerously close.
Got to be dangerously close. We may have stepped over the line just a tad.
Yeah, I saw the producer man hold up one like 5 minutes ago.
I kept looking the other way.
I seen it. I didn't see it.
That might have been more than 5 minutes.
I seen this, and it was like, I was like, oh.
So tell me the rest of that story.
Whatever.
I looked over at my Perrier like it was the most important thing. But we should probably pull a Dave Chappelle and wrap it up.
Wrap it up.
So
how you want to wrap this one up, Shane?
Now I need words of wisdom. Some things don't need. Some traditions need to be challenged. Not that one.
Not that one.
No. That needs to be how we close it.
You know, I'm a revolutionary.
In perpetuity.
That's what chat basically told me that I am.
A revolutionary?
Yeah, that if my voice ever got big enough, they'll have to silence me. Essentially is what it said. Luckily, right now, my voice is minuscule. Shit. But
which means, by definition, they're going to get rid of the rest of us too, right?
I'm going
they're just going to pop you, or they're going to be like, you know what, motherfucker, you sit there and let him say that shit.
They said that they wouldn't do it as far as a murder or assassination, and that they'll assassinate my character.
Oh, okay.
They'll come after my character and stuff like that. They wouldn't really kill me, the establishment, but they'll destroy me in other ways.
Bullshit.
Yeah.
Yes, they will kill you. How many accidents are an accident?
I guess they'll they'll try the character assassination first.
Was Kobe's death an accident?
Shit. Something that they did seem like it was a.
He wasn't very controversial that I know of.
I didn't think Kobe was a revolutionary, controversial figure. You know, he wasn't doing shit to help nobody other than himself that I know about. I never looked into him outside of that. I don't know
much about
what
him
else he probably had his brother.
But I don't remember. I mean, he had a couple of affairs and had to buy his wife some, big diamond rings or whatever. But yeah, that's just normal.
Had an affair, shit. Yeah, I don't know. But we can keep going down this rabbit hole, Shay. We'll start a whole new episode. But where were we?
Give me the words of wisdom.
The words of wisdom today, Shane. I'm gonna throw something. I'm gonna throw something out there, Shane, and I just want to leave it out there. And you can unpack it if you want, but I'm just gonna say it.
You want it left as a cliffhanger? I'll leave it.
No, it's not even a cliffhanger. It's just whoever hears it, I want them to interpret it however they want to interpret.
All right.
So what I'm gonna tell you, Shane. If you depend on someone to feed you, they can starve you. If you depend on someone to feed you, they can also starve you. And if they can starve you, they can silence you. That's all I got to say, Shay. Take it how you want to take it.
This has been Vendor Chronicles. Peace.
Hey! Cliffhanger. Man.
Thought starter. Yep.
A thought starter.
What do you call it? What's his name? UPS driver? Chris?
Who?
UPS driver.
Nick.
Nick. Yeah.
Nick.
Man, what do you mean by that?
You take it how you want to take it.
Take it how you want to take it.
You take it how you want to take it.
Oh, man.
I thought that was a damn good show. I didn't know where we was gonna go today with this damn show, Shay.
I love the AI part coming in too.
Oh man.
I want to do a whole show like that. I really want you guys to
like hook our phone in the AI.
It almost
and have a real conversation with it.
It almost would be.
Oh shit! Let me stop this.
We'd almost want to have notes. Well, not notes necessarily, but maybe some specific questions